Good news, Australia has opened up an opportunity for overseas, international and foreign job seekers out there who is looking to relocate abroad with a working visa. This is such an amazing and fantastic pathway as it allows you to come into Australia using its PRO, Permanent Residency, yes, where you can live, work in Australia permanently, indefinitely, if this is your desire. It is also attached with so many benefits as you can move in with your family, your spouse, your children, your dependent, put simply, as you may have. One good thing about it is that I already know someone who relocated to Australia using the Australian 190 visa, the Australia PRO. A lot of you must have seen this video where I brought a particular woman named Jane that relocated to Australia with her whole family from Nigeria using this visa type, Australia 190 PRO. Now, I believe if it can work for her, it can also work for you. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can do this yourself, step-by-step guide without having to involve any agent or pay any agent any ridiculous amount of money to successfully secure a job for you in Australia. This video is an eye-opener, as after watching this video you would realize I can also do this. If Jane can do this, so you too can. And one good thing I love about this pathway is that children who are of the age of 24 can also relocate and move in with you. You heard me right. That is, if you have a child, if you have children who are the age of 24, you've looked for a pathway overseas to bring them in, but nothing seems possible where Australia PRO program allows you to come in with them. Now, if you are interested, if this video interests you today and it seems like it's what you've been looking for, then please keep on watching. Do not forget to like this video, as I spent so much hours making research to enable I'm coming out here with the right information. So please do me a favor by hitting the like button of this video to say, Clara, good job. Also subscribe to this channel if you still haven't subscribed, and as you do, may God bless you. Without wasting any much time, let's get into it. One good thing I love about this visa is that you are not tied to an employer. That is, you can come into Australia, do any job of your choice, you can work in any job sector of your choice, provided you are qualified in that occupation, you have the right degree, you have the right certification, you have the right skill in the occupation, you can work in any job of your choice, and you get to work full-time. We all know this abroad. If you don't have enough shift, if you don't have enough hours in terms of work, then you would barely be able to fit and foot your monthly bill. So having enough hours, it's a very good thing. Working full-time is a very good thing. So with this pathway, it is written, employers must give you at least 30 hours working contract, so you have the peace of mind that you're coming in to start working immediately and start earning money. If you have a spouse, you come in with your spouse or your partner, your civil partner, they also get the right to work in Australia. We all know how amazing it is having different stream of income here and there into the house. I mean, one job alone cannot sustain someone in a country, particularly if you have a big family, you have children, then you need to have another helping hand, which is called a helping mate, to help you to foot this bill. So it is a good thing that your spouse also will have the working permit to do any job of his or her choice while in Australia. Your children also have study permits. If they're in the elementary sector, they're in secondary school or primary school, as you like to call them, they study in Australia for free. They're not meant to pay a dime, school fees or whatsoever they call it back at home in Africa. Now, this is totally free for your children's study permit. One thing about this pathway is that there are several occupations listed under the Australia 190, and I'm going to be putting you through. That is, if you have successfully into any of this occupation, you hold a degree in this occupation, or you have the right skills and experiences in any of this occupation, then you can start your visa application. You can look for an employer who is willing to get you a job offer and start that process immediately into moving into Australia. A lot of you shy away from Australia. I hear a lot of you saying that, oh, I'm not coming to Australia, there's so much snake, there's so much that, there's so much that. I've spoken to several people who I know live in Australia and brought them to this channel too, and I've asked them the same question: is there snake in Australia? Is there this dangerous animal in Australia? They say for them themselves, they've never seen it with their own eye. So they've lived there safely. I mean, Jane has been there for over 9 years, I think. So if she can be there, you too can be there. I also know some other YouTubers on this channel who has been in Australia for years. If you can live there safely and not at risk of any dangerous animal, so you too can. So if you've had the mindset discouraging yourself of pursuing a career in Australia, then please stop that. You need to shift out that negative mindset and bring in the positive one. And let me tell you, when it comes to salary pay rates, Australia pays even more than most countries out there. I know some people who are nurses, carers, who has relocated to Australia from the UK, and have testified to this fact that they are paid even much more than where they were in the UK. I also know some UK citizens born bred here in the UK, but UK parents themselves were relocated to Australia and they earn much more there. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm bringing out both the con and pro of these countries. So if you're looking for where you can successfully go to work and be highly paid, then Australia should be your go-to. Now, this particular visa type is an employment-based visa. That is, you must successfully get a job first off before you even think of acquiring the Australia PRO or starting the whole process or submitting your visa application to the Australia Embassy in your country. So you can go online and look for job vacancy. At the end of this video, I'm also going to be telling you where you can successfully get this job vacancy currently in Australia. But one thing to take note of is that this visa is based on expression of interest. It sounds familiar, right? It sounds familiar as that of Canada. Something like that, but quite different. There's some tweak and changes in that of Australia. Now, why Canada would allow you to go through express entry, wait for years, in fact, your RET will expire there. Australia, they don't do that. You just have to express your interest to the state of which you're applying for. You get nominated, okay, and you start the application. Also, one thing about this pathway is that it's also based on points. It's a point-based visa system, but the point is just 65. When I break it down, you will realize that even a male person can score the 65 points. That is, your age is one factor. This visa is tied to age limit. You must only be at least 45 years before you can apply to this visa. That is, if you are 18 to 45, good for you. You can successfully apply, get the Australia PRO, come in and live with your family permanently, indefinitely, in fact, even stay there forever if that is what you want. But if you are at the age of 46 and above, you don't qualify for this PRO visa in Australia. You don't qualify at all. So you must be between the age of 18 years to 45. You can be 18 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 45 years on the dot and still successfully apply to this visa. But once you are 46, you don't qualify for this visa. So you see there's age limit attached to it. After watching this video, you will realize why you need to forget about UK and Canada and start securing a career, start securing a new life in Australia. Australia is the new hot. I mean, recently I've been talking about Australia. So please put that into your notepad, into your diary, into your desire of relocating abroad. Australia may just be the right one for you. Now, there are different occupations listed here, like I mentioned earlier. Number one, teachers are on this list. You heard me right. So if you're a teacher, you can get a career development in Australia. You are a medical doctor, those in the care profession, that is, you're a nurse, care assistant, carers, whatever you like to call yourself, you are needed right now in Australia. Those who are civil engineers, those who are even in the construction sectors are also needed in this pathway. Those into agriculture are also needed in this pathway to move to Australia with its 190 visa PRO. So if you fit into any of these occupations, not even limited to this ones mentioned, then you can successfully start the application. Now, I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be leaving the link where you're going to see the listed occupations currently in Australia tied to the visa 190 that will permit you to start the visa application into Australia as a permanent resident. Now, another requirement that you need is that you need the English examination. I know most of you don't want to hear this, Most of you don't like to hear when they say IELTS, I heard this, I heard that. You run away. Now, this English examination must not be IELTS. It could be any English examination or proof or certification of your choice. It could be anyone at all. I don't have the names in my head, but you guys know the names. So if you have the NARIC, if you have the ethics, if you have TOEFL or whatever they call it, any English examination you can use to show your proof of knowing to speak, write, and understanding English. One factor that is also tied to this visa 190 is that you must show qualification and experiences in that job you want to apply for. It is easy for me to sit down here and say, okay, you can come into Australia as a care assistant through the agriculture sector. It is on a visa 190. But if you don't have the relevant experience, you don't have the relevant qualification, your visa application may not just be successful. So you must show relevant experiences. Since this is a skilled visa pathway, you must show enough experiences to back up that your degree, that your skill, that your certification. You must show that. Now, where are you needed currently in Australia via this pathway? The listed places where you can get this opportunity in Australia is number 1, Western Australia. Sounds familiar also. I've talked about this previously in one of my videos. You also get in the Northern Territory, you get in South Australia, in Queensland, you get in Tasmania, you get in New South Wales, and you also get in the Australia Capital Territory. So I think there are about, if I count them, about 8 places where applicants, foreigners, international workers could successfully apply to jobs in and get the opportunity where they would be nominated by any of the states listed here and come into Australia to live, work, and settle. Now, I said I'm going to be showing you how to apply for this job, where to apply for this job. Now, you can use various websites to do this your job search. I like Seek. A lot of you would say Seek is a scam, Seek don't give job. But did you know that the Seek website was opened up by the Australian government themselves? So why would the Australian government go and open up a scam website where people would apply to and get scammed? No. So do your search in details. I've had a video where I talk about the Seek in details, showing you how to successfully use that Seek website to get a job, to get a verified, legitimate job. I'm going to be leaving that website in the description box of this video so that you can be going just to the right one, to the right employers and right vacancies. Also, you can use one of my videos I talked about last week, the Western Australia video. I show you the Capital Territory that need workers. You can also use that as a guide to start sending in your application. But this is a good update, which I believe a lot of you should grab as soon as possible. Now, if you enjoy this video, you get anything from this video, please like this, give it a big thumbs up. Say, Clara, well done, you are doing a good job. Now, if you have any questions as regard moving to Australia via visa 190, leave it in the comment section. But note, I am not a verified, legitimate immigration officer. All what I've done here today is from my search, researching, using materials online, using the Australian government portal to gather information to come and share with every one of you. So ensure you do your own search in details, your own finding in details, and whatever you find, also come here to let me know if I'm right or wrong. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. For now, goodbye.